All right, welcome back to the wrap-up as we head into District 3-5A, deep into district already on our second week, and now our game.
Somewhat deep.
2 games in, more than most of the area anyway. A lot of the teams still haven't even played a district.
Very
However, Amarillo High got a first big win last week, knocking off Caprock for their first district win, while Canyon returns home for the first time this season after a gauntlet on the road. Having that opener there at Kimbrough. It was our game of the week, so let's check out how you, the fans at home, voted on this one. And it was a tight one. 51% thought Amarillo High would edge out the Eagles on this one, so that's, I think, our tightest poll period yet. So
that's right. It was a lot of scoring for one of those teams. We're going to send it over to News Channel 10 Sports' Ralph Cooper for Game of the Week.
Hey guys, our poll was close, but this game wasn't. Let's get straight into these highlights. Now, Canyon took the ball first. There are some of their fans. They were pretty hyped the whole game, regardless of the outcome. So the first drive, Canyon's Lawton Lakin. He takes the QB draw straight up the middle for 17 yards to score the first score of the game. But Amarillo will answer back. Nathan Betts tosses it to Jason Combs, who scampers in for a 4-yard touchdown. And we'll hear more from Combs coming up. And Amarillo, once again, like I said, it's the Amarillo show from here on out. The play action fake to Matt Ware, passes it to Corey Clemens in the dive and catch in the end zone. Clemens had a great game. Betts, once again, he looks downfield, and he finds Bo Barker, and Bo drags defenders down to the 1-yard line to set up this Amarillo score, once again by Jason Combs, scampering into the end zone. And that won't be it for their rushing game. Amarillo's rushing game was great. They had 227 in the first half and ended with just about 300 yards, just about. And this is Eugene Matware bending the corner, taking it in for yet again another rushing touchdown for the Sandies. And we got one more coming up, and guess who it is? It's our man Jason Combs once again. Nathan Betts with the quick pitch. Combs dodges one tackle, and from there on out, it's easy. Now, at the end of the game, I got a chance to talk with the winning coach, Mel Maxfield. Let's hear what he had to say. Amarillo just defeated Kane. I'm here with Coach Mel Maxfield. Coach, tell us how good it feels to get this win, first of all.
Well, anytime you can go on the road and get a district win, it's huge. Canyon has a good program. You know, they started off fast. I thought we was going to be in for a long night, but I was proud of the way our kids bounced back and showed some resolve. We've had good practices. I think we're improving. I think we're a better football team after tonight's game than we were last week, and I think that's the key to our success as we go forward. We've got a tough ball game next week against Hereford, but they're all tough from here on out, and we just got to play them one at a time.
Now, like you said, that first drive, it looked like they were going to give you guys a little run for your money. What did you say to your defense after that first drive? Because we know you guys have a great running game that's known all throughout the Panhandle, but your defense stepped up this game and really stopped them.
Yeah, they have, and our defense has improved. You know, coming in the year, we didn't have a lot of experience coming back, and these kids have really, you know, bought in and stayed hooked up, and they're improving every week.
Well, it looked like the rain trying to get us now, so I'll let you go, Coach. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Amarillo has another big matchup against Hereford next week. Steph Disson has been doing huge numbers on the ground, so we'll see how that game goes, but it should be a good one. But for now, I'm going to toss it back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Ralph. Again, that is certainly going to be a great one next week, Hereford against Amarillo High. But we're going to go back in time here a little bit to last night at Dick Bivens. Randall was out there taking on Caprock. Randall struggled on offense last week. Let's see how they did this week. And in the first quarter, Landon Nix going to link up with Blake Frausto, who makes
Cook a year ago against the Cowboys.
Yeah, stellar catch. Then Jason Barrow going to crank up the notch to turbo speed for the Raiders as he runs it in for the 23-yard score to tie up the game. Now Longhorns possession. Caleb King going to make cuts to send the Raiders straight to the ground as he scores on the 24 touchdown as the Rock takes back the lead 14-7. Now on the kickoff return, Barrow fumbles the ball and recovers it. He was a little embarrassed about this one, so he's going to make him pay. Looks like he's going all the way to the end zone, but Hector Moniga makes the big tackle for the Rock. Now later in the drive, Barrow breaks for impact. He plows his way into the end zone. Randall would lead by a field goal going into the half, but they would roll away in the second. The Raiders get their first district win 45-21 over Caprock.
All right, take your time machine back to Bivens, but tonight.
Yeah, there you go. Paladuro taking on the Demons. Look at this sign. Hey, Dons, your mom called. You left your game at home. Good one, guys.
Savage.
I liked it. First quarter, Noah Quintanilla going to pitch to Buse Swimmer. And this kid's got an arm. He's going to launch it down to Quintanilla. Such a great play. Now later in the drive on 4th and 1, Paul Hernandez finds the hole, and he's going to run straight into the end zone untouched for the 17-yard score as the Demons go up 7-0. Now second quarter on 4th down, Quintanilla with the keeper to the left goes 23 yards to extend Dumas' lead 14-0. They were just on fire tonight. Now check out this play. We saw this earlier. Our play of the week, Quintanilla airing it out to Wyatt Lay, who makes the incredible catch in the end zone. We're going to watch it in slow-mo because it's that good, folks. One more time, the one-handed grab. Impressive. And Dumas now 2-0 in district, 35-14 over Palo Duro. News Channel 10 Sports' Matt Hamilton was out there on the call at the game at Dick Bivens. Matt, I mean, Quintanilla is such a talented quarterback, 6'2". You can clearly see the height difference out there compared to everyone else out on the field. Just talk a little bit about his play.
Well, first of all, it's nice to hear News Channel 10 Sports Matt Hamilton one more time. But, you know, it was a great game. Quintanilla is he's a really good talent at quarterback. His size certainly plays to his advantage, and he used it late in the game. You guys weren't here to see it, but he pulled a few Tim Tebow-like plays where around the goal line he would tuck it and pretend to run, and then the entire defense for the Dons would crash down, and then he would do a little jump throw, and it actually resulted in a touchdown on one of those plays that put him up 35-14. I mean, he's a fantastic quarterback. His ability to run and throw, it's a lethal combination, and ultimately, you know, he was the difference in the game tonight. Him and Paul Hernandez, the running back for the Demons, you know, their ability to smash mouth the football was just the difference in the game.
Palo Duro did get their first district win last week over Plainview. Of course, still looking to improve. What do you think are some of the things that stand out to you that they can really go and work on this week?
They struggled to run the football tonight, and that kind of hurt them in the passing game. But they're not going to face a defense like Dumas has every week. You know, that was kind of a different situation tonight. Their young quarterback, DeAndre DeGreat, honestly, by the end of the season, you may be calling this kid DeAndre the Great because he showed some flashes of being really good tonight. He's got probably one of the strongest arms I've seen in my 7 years of covering sports here in the Panhandle, and he can really sling it. So if he can kind of get his accuracy under control and his ability to move around in the pocket and scramble and pick up yards on the ground with his legs, I think that Palo Duro certainly got something special with him at the quarterback position. But, you know, their biggest thing is just experience. You know, tonight you saw a veteran football team in Dumas go up against a young football team in the Dons. And, you know, Coach Fisher in the next couple of years is going to have a really good group of players. But tonight, you know, Coach Dunham's experienced Demons were just too much. And, you know, for the Dons, I mean, they scored a touchdown at the end of the game where they had a really good offensive drive. And while it didn't make a difference in the game tonight, it'll probably be something positive they can build off of heading into the third week of district. So, I mean, ultimately it was a loss for them, but they had some really good things that they can look at on the tape and see whether they can, you know, use those to their advantage next week. But there's some bad stuff that, you know, they can fix. It's small things. There was a lot of penalties, and they kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple times. So, ultimately, you know, the Dons have a talented football team. They're just young and need experience.
Well, thank you so much, Matt Hamilton, for calling in. I love how he said DeAndre the Great, making up nicknames. I love that. We'll definitely have to use that later in the season. Again, thanks, Matt, for calling in. Well, we had Hereford hosting Plainview tonight. As we mentioned, Plainview fell to the Dons last weekend. The Whitefaces still undefeated on the season.
Yeah, Whiteface has been running wild all season. We're going to head out now to Hereford. So they're going to try to beat the rain. You see a lot of rain there already falling. So pick up the second quarter, 13-7 Hereford. Seth Dixon and the Wildcat. He's drilled by Jesus Flores, who causes a fumble, and it's recovered by Brian Abalnu. And that's going to lead to this next play there. As Carson Hawk rolling out, finds Jorge Alvarez. A 10-yard touchdown as the Bulldogs take the lead, 14-13. On the same quarter, Dodge DeLozier going to hit Slade McCracken for a 10-yard
favorite
gain.
last name.
Yeah, unleash the Kraken. And then a little wider in the drive. Dixon. This time he's just going to rip one right up the sideline and cut it back in for a huge
talented
30-yard gain there for the White Faces. Finally gets brought down, and that would end the half, and then that would bring on the lightning delay.
This one apparently did go final, though.
Yeah, Plainview got the win, so Hereford no longer undefeated.
Oh, my
they fall
goodness.
21-20 to the Bulldogs.
Wow. And I love how our photog out there got the hail falling down, so you got the whole effect of the game. But wow, what a close one there for Hereford.
You know, nothing against Plainview, but I bet weather had a lot to do with that.
I certainly think so as well. But yeah, nonetheless, a lot of 5A. A little surprising there. Canyon Eagles, they're still searching for their win, hoping to come back. Well, don't go anywhere. We had Tascosa taking on Midland Lee. Both teams undefeated. You don't want to miss those highlights. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the wrap-up.